Good morning. How are you? This is going to be a quick hello today, just to check in, to acknowledge and recognize the Orange Shirt Day movement, which technically is tomorrow, and to, yeah, just have a quick chat about that. So I'm hoping you have a time to grab a coffee, check in. This, of course, whether you're live with us or catching the replay, is a show where you get to be a part of it by posting in the comments. So you can join the conversation, whether live or afterwards, by sharing your thoughts and commenting in the comment section. That's what Virtual Coffee Club is all about. It's your place to connect in, to create community with us, and to check in normally Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But with the official Truth and Reconciliation Day tomorrow on Friday, I'm going to do social silence that day, just to acknowledge and take some time to reflect on my role in truth and reconciliation, to take time to honor and remember the hundreds of thousands of children across our nation. In Every Child Matters. So I thought I would jump on today instead. Good morning, Kevin, to do that as well. And I would just like to take a moment in that to do a quick land acknowledgement, where Virtual Coffee Club is located. My head office, per se, is here on the Treaty 7 Nations. We are gathered in the traditional territories of the Blackfoot Confederacy, including the Siksika, Piikani, and Kainai nations, the Stoney Nakoda, including the Chiniki, Bearspaw, and Wesley nations, and the Tsuut'ina Nation. Southern Alberta is also home to Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3. These are the traditional territories of our First Nations friends and neighbors, and I am blessed to share this land. And although I get to do work across all of the treaty lands across our beautiful country and around the world, I'd like to acknowledge the lands I am currently sitting on. So thank you. Angie, good morning. Kelly, good morning. I also want to give a beautiful shout out to my friends Lisa and Dogie Big Snake, who are the creators of this beautiful orange t-shirt that I have. And they run a business called The Barn on Siksika Nation and are home of two beautiful white buffalo, which are very symbolic to their community for hope, healing, and coming together. And all the proceeds from the sale of her orange shirts, or their orange shirts, go into the program for the buffalo, because since they've were able to get the buffalo onto their property a few years ago, it's really been this symbolistic hope and healing for their nation. And the buffalo actually had a baby, which, if you're familiar with Virtual Coffee Club, I have shared pictures. Said baby's not so much of a baby anymore and has gone to live with another nation in Saskatchewan. And the Plains Buffalo breeding program continues because of it. So I think that's pretty freaking amazing. Elaine, good morning. How is everybody today? I know that for kids, it's Orange Shirt Day today for schools, because schools will close in acknowledgement of Truth and Reconciliation Day tomorrow. So a lot of people are wearing their orange shirts early, which, hey, wear them all week long. Do what you got to do. But hoping that lots of people will continue to do that tomorrow also. Yeah, there was something. Oh, that's what it was. I got a poster sent to me, an invitation for. There's a large powwow that is happening in Calgary tomorrow night, and it's open to everybody to come to attend. If you have never been to a powwow, or you're looking for something to do in recognition of Truth and Reconciliation Day, this powwow is at the Saddle Dome in Calgary, and it starts at 7 o'clock. Again, it's open to everyone. And thank you to Bren for sending along that poster. Bren is an incredible First Nations friend of my company, Limelight, and she wanted to get the word out for this powwow also. And so I think it's going to be really good. So if you're thinking about it, please go, please check it out. Like me, I said, okay, can I ask a, a question in, because for people who've never been to a powwow before, what do you wear to a powwow? And she said, just wear your orange shirt. That would be great. It's a recognition and a symbol of coming together. So that's what you would wear tomorrow night. It's pretty easy. If you don't have an orange t-shirt, it sounds to me like you can pretty much wear whatever. It's, again, it's about coming together and being open. And so I have never been to a powwow before, but when I asked Mike about it, because he's been to several, as his daughters are powwow dancers, he said, expect it to be loud and fun and full of color. And yeah, should be a really good event. So that's tomorrow night, again, at the Saddle Dome in Calgary, if you're in that neck of the woods. If you know of some other Truth and Reconciliation events and or gatherings that are happening in your community, please feel free to post those in the comments so that people from different areas can see kind of what's going on and what's happening in their community so that they can take a moment. And if you don't plan on attending an event and you're having that extra day, I think it's just important to take a moment in that time frame tomorrow to, yeah, I don't know, acknowledge your role in what truth and reconciliation looks like, acknowledge and be honest with yourself about what your relations with First Nations is like, what kind of language that you use, what kind of inclusivity you speak of. And I know that we've had our friend Christy on so many times, and she's so busy planning different things for tomorrow. I didn't even bug her to chat and share with us, but we know what she's taught us in the past is that it's just an opportunity for us to do a bit of a self check on that, because depending on how you were raised and where you were raised and what some of that conditioning looked like, we have ways of being really non-inclusive without realizing it. And I think that, I don't know, I can speak for myself when I say this. I think that as a white woman growing up in Southern Alberta, I was conditioned to think a certain thing about different people of different nations. I was conditioned from society to not be, to tell jokes that were inappropriate, to not think about the ramifications, to not really sit in what that looks like and what that sounds like for people. And not just with First Nations, I think with all things, but I think that's definitely one that I'm owning and have been for the last several years as I work on myself and work on who I want to be in this world and how I want to show my child how to show up in this world. There's a lot of things there. And I have acknowledged that I have not always been the person that I wanted to be. And I think we do it without realizing it. I'm not sure the majority of us set out with the intention that we would be unkind or that we would be racist per se or that we would be uninclusive, but it happens. It happens in our language. It happens in the way we are, the way we speak, the way we celebrate histories, the way that we um, just move forward. And I think that when we sit with ourselves and go, hey, you know what, when I think about the full picture of this, it doesn't sit with me the same way. I don't know about you, whether you feel like you're on that journey. And I'm still learning every damn day. I want to be taught how to be a better human. And that's in every regard. And it's hard. It's very hard to admit to yourself that you have been a part of the problem. Because I think that we all have been in one way or another, even without realizing it. So it's taking that reflection time to really think about who you are, how you act, how you respect, how you speak, and what you do. We all can self check in on that all the time. And I think that's the point of raising awareness about something, is that we're talking about it more, that we're admitting that we don't say the right things or do the right things or know how to do those things. And all we can do is ask. All we can do is humble ourselves and ask, how can I be better? And again, it's not always easy, but it's doable. And like I've said many times before, is we grow up, we are raised with a certain amount of ignorance to different things. And that's just because we don't know what we don't know sometimes. But ignorance becomes a choice. You can stay in ignorance if you choose to, or you can take the opportunity to learn. And I hope that you will take the opportunity to learn more, to do more, to be more, and don't stay in an ignorant frame of mind, because we are blessed with incredible humans in this world. And everybody's got a story, and everybody's a piece of the puzzle, and all of us can be better. And that is my wish for you in these next couple of days, that you will just do a check in on how that really feels for you. Darlene says there's a radio event tomorrow all day called A Day to Listen 2022 across Canada. And it's put on by the Downey Wenjack Foundation. So this is part of a legacy that the singer from the Tragically Hip, Gord Downie, did along with the Wenjacks. And I know very little about it, Darlene, but I have heard a bit about it. And they did this last year as well. And they share a lot of stories and a lot of knowledge. And if even having that on tomorrow for you to listen while maybe you still have to work in your workplace, maybe that is not recognized by your employer. Or maybe as you're doing with the day off, you have an opportunity to have this playing in your home or while you're driving, so that you can take the opportunity to learn a little bit more through tomorrow. So I love that, Darlene. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. But I think it's up to us to take a moment to learn how we can be better. And yeah. All right, friends. I hope you have an incredible rest of your Thursday. Again, we will not be back tomorrow in recognition of Truth and Reconciliation Day. There will be no coffee club tomorrow, but we will be back on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Looking forward to connecting with you then. Have an incredible day, and yeah, take some time to reflect.